Shalom, shalom, shalom. Only give all praises to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakal Kodash. And salutations, to the apostles and elders of GMS, which I learned this truth from, who rule well, And shalom to the rest of the hopeful elect out there. I hope this truth is edifying to y'all. But this is gonna be a part two, because I had to deal with an interruption. But basically, I'm going into this article and then got some videos I'm gonna bring out as well. But basically, Trump orders review to identify, punish, and deport the anti-S, including students on visas. But basically, let's get down to where I was at. Basically these devils is coming down with great wrath, and I was talking about it. But in his first term, Trump also used the threat of yanking federal funds in response to nationwide anti-police rioting following the May 2020 murder of George Floyd. Trump ordered steps to defund New York City, Portland, and Seattle for allegedly doing too little to quell the unrest. He left office before that threat was fulfilled, though the Justice Department certified the cities for the chopping block. So, this devil Trump, which we believe through the Spirit is the Emperor Nero come back, reincarnated. He tried to do this type of shit before, and now he's back. So we're gonna see that, we see these devils, they got a short time, and they coming down with great wrath, man. Revelation, y'all gonna see the info that I'm bringing out. They come down with great wrath, man. They've been waiting for this moment, man. Revelation 12 and 12, 13. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devils come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Verse 13. And when the dragon saw that he was cast into the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child. That woman represents the Israelites, the actual Israelites, which brought forth the man-child. That man-child is Yahweh Shai. And HaMashiach, the Messiah, man. And then I'm gonna go down, to that point, because this is twofold. Verse 17. And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High Power Yahweh, and the testimony of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, which they going after both kingdoms this time, Back then, 70 AD, it was Judah, but they going after both kingdoms this time, man. Jacob's trouble, man, a time like no other. Jeremiah 17 and... hold on. We get that. Jeremiah 8 is a time of Jacob's trouble, man. Let me get that. It's in Jeremiah for sure. Jacob's trouble. That includes both of you tribes, man. Both of you kingdoms, man. Jeremiah 30 and 4 down to 7. That paleness is concerning that fear, that being sick with fear when you go into the Hebrew. And even you read the precept, you can tell that. Just in case anyone wants to be smart. But anyways, a smart ass, right? You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah. Jeremiah 4, and these are the words that Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah, both houses. Verse 5. For thus saith Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Everyone's saying peace and safety. This saying peace and safety ain't gonna be none of that, man. It's gonna trembling and a fear is coming, man. A voice of trembling and of fear. Verse 6, ask ye now and see whether a man do travail with child. Wherefore do men get pregnant? Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness? Hey, bro, it's gonna be bad. Sick with fear, man. Verse 7, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Who is he that elects? The elect is gonna be saved. Zechariah 13, 8 and 9. And it shall come to pass that in all the land saith Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, two parts therein shall be cut off and die. That land of our oppression, man, two parts therein is going to be cut off and die. But the third shall be left therein, because that's the land we're going to be in, Babylon. Verse 9, and I will bring the third part through the fire, and I will refine them as silver is refined, and I will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my power, my God. And let me get that even to Babylon, because that's where our people is gonna be delivered, man. Also, it's a cut to them being the people, man, because the Israelites will be delivered from Babylon the Great, and that's America. But anyways, Micah 4 and 10, be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now thou shalt go forth out of the city, and thou shalt draw in the field that fills the world, and thou shalt go out of the city, out of that land we was in, Jerusalem, people before it's a place, right, out of that land, think about it, and thou shalt dwell in the field, the world. Field represents the world. And thou shalt go even to Babylon. Thou shalt go even to Babylon. There shalt thou be delivered. There the Most High Power Yahweh shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies. There you go. So, the Israelites are prophesied to be delivered from Babylon, which is talking about that Babylon the Great, which is going to be destroyed like Sodom and Gomorrah. Isaiah chapters 13 and 14. Which is not ancient Babylon, but America. But where both kingdoms are oppressed. They're oppressed in both kingdoms here. Jeremiah, here, which we get that real quick, but then I'm gonna bring out that info. They oppressed both houses, basically. That's what happened here. Khan. Jeremiah 50, I'm going to read from 31, describes this place to a T. Jeremiah 50 and 31. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Most High Power Yahweh of hosts. And where the word God is, Hebrew word, really in the Paleo is Allah. It's pronounced AHLA, means power. But that's why I say the Most High Power Yahweh of hosts, because Yahweh is his name. For that day is come, the time that I will visit thee, verse 32, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. And Luke sitting this motherfucker. Verse 33. Thus saith the Most High Power, Yahweh of hosts. The children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. All that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. You know, this man is compared to Pharaoh, man. In Romans chapter 9, you know, it's compared to Pharaoh. You know, this place is also spiritually Egypt all over again, you know. Romans, the Spirit, you know, leads me where it leads me. Romans 9 and 17, for the scriptures saith unto Pharaoh, even for the same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might show my power in thee, and that my name might be declared through all the earth. Raise them up just to hold smash them, basically. Verse 18, therefore hath he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and on whom he will he hardeneth, man. And then, hey, bro, I'm gonna keep reading. You know what? All this goes hard, man. I'm gonna keep reading. All the way down to verse 23. Verse 19, thou wilt say then unto me, you're gonna say unto me, why doeth he yet find fault? For who hath resisted his will? Verse 20, nay, but O man, who art thou that replies against the Most High Power Yahweh, man? You ain't got the mind of the Most High, man. You know, you ain't on his level. What you doing replying against him? And that's what he say. Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus? Verse 21, had not, that just means has not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor? That's talking about, you know, Jacob and Esau, man. Verse 22, what if the Most High Power Yahweh, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known, endure with much long suffering the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction? That's why them motherfuckers are ruling. You know, verse 23, and that he might make known the riches of his glory on the vessels of mercy, which he hath afore prepared unto glory. You know, hey, Romans 9, hey, bro. Hey, bro. You have to understand the Apostle Paul was using wisdom. Romans 9 and 10. And not only this, but when Rebecca also had, he was in Rome, man. But when Rebecca also had, this was going to Rome, the Romans. But when Rebecca also had conceived by one, even by her father Isaac, verse 11, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of the Most High Power Yahweh according to election might stand, you know, not of works, but of him that calleth. You know, predestination, it's real. Verse 12, it was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger. Verse 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. You know, so Jacob, that's that, and Jacob's descendants, the Israelites, that's the vessels of mercy, which he had afore prepared unto glory. And the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction is Esau, Edom. You know, who's ruling right now? Esau, Edom. Shows that as well. But those people, they're not the people, they're Edomites. You know, specifically of the tribe of Amalek. But anyways, let me get that video, you know, that I was going to.
The entire team behind Harvard's Slavery Remembrance Program are now all jobless. The HSRP identifies.
Hey, ever since Trump got back, you know, this is how these devils been moving, man. Because Trump, you know, through the spirit, we believe that man is the Emperor Nero come back.
Direct descendants of those enslaved.
And the Emperor Nero hated the tribes, both. And now both kingdoms, you know, being oppressed, right? By these devils, man. Gets to go after both kingdoms.
By Harvard affiliates. Now, this is all part of a $100 million Harvard and Legacy of Slavery Initiative program that Harvard has. Now, according to the statement, Harvard's work isn't going to go anywhere. It's just being outsourced to a New England-based nonprofit called American Ancestors. Now, the university said that the records of family lineage created from the work are going to be used to engage with descendant communities. It went on to say that any records that have been found will be donated towards the 10 Million Names Project, which is a collaborative initiative led by American Ancestors, and they are dedicated to recovering the names of about 10 million men, women, and children of African descent who were enslaved in pre- and past-colonial America. The layoffs happened a week after the program team went to Antigua and Barbuda and found several hundred people who were enslaved by Harvard affiliates between the dates of 1660 and 1850. This also comes on the heels of President Trump gutting DEI programs from the federal government as a whole, and we have seen a number of companies follow suit, getting rid of their DEI programs. Harvard is now in that bucket. The team that has been laid off says that they still remain unsure why they were laid off. And it's also being reported that the director of the program found out that he was being terminated an hour before the rest of his teams. The terminations were effective immediately. Up in the comments what you think about this program being outsourced, this team being laid off, and DEI being removed from not just the federal government, but we're starting to see this in companies and now in colleges. Let me know. The entire team behind Harvard's...
Hey, coming down with great wrath. This is a pattern that's starting to happen. You know. Hey. This as well.
House Bill 1484. This is happening right now, and I'm just going to read it to you so that you don't think that I'm misinterpreting anything in this bill. The offensive trespass. House Bill 1484. This is happening right now, and I'm just going to read it to you so that you don't think that I'm misinterpreting anything in this bill. The offense of trespass by an illegal alien under this section is a felony for which the authorized term of imprisonment is life imprisonment without eligibility for probation, parole, conditional...
So, if you don't got your papers, man, they find you over there in Mississippi, life in prison.
Release or release except by any act of the governor or natural death of such person.
Also, they pay motherfuckers to snitch.
With me? The department shall develop and maintain an information system that operates at all times and provides various means to receive and maintain reports of violations of this act. The various means of receiving such reports shall include, but are not unlimited to, a toll-free telephone hotline, email address, and online reporting portal. The department shall periodically publicize the hotline phone number, email address, internet website address, and any other means by which the department may receive such reports. If an illegal alien...
Now, right now, this is for, people that, they seen papeles, ain't got no papers. But, hey, know what it is.
Is arrested and imprisoned
after this.
under this section as a result of a report to the information system, the person who made the report shall be eligible to receive a reward of $1,000 for providing such report. The department shall develop and implement the Mississippi Illegal Alien Certified Bounty Hunter Program, which is hereby created to certify applicants to the program as certified bounty hunters for purposes of finding and detaining illegal aliens in this state under this section. I just want to remind you that prison is the only place where slavery is still legal, and just for the crime of being in this country, you will be imprisoned for the rest of your life as a slave with no chance to ever be released. House Bill 1484. This is happening right now, and I'm...
Hey, bro. They coming down with that wrath, man. Then you got, this
We're getting
concerning
reports from the Washington
opinions.
Post this morning that Donald Trump has temporarily shut down the Civil Rights Division of our Justice Department. The hypocrisy here is immeasurable. The Civil Rights Division protects marginalized communities and keeps an eye on our cops. They are shutting down investigations into local police forces. This after Donald Trump just issued a blanket pardon for 1,500 people who stormed the Capitol and beat up
And this
Capitol
motherfucker
police
barely got in
officers.
there.
The Civil Rights Division keeps cops honest. It has investigated the Louisville, Kentucky Police Department after the killing of Breonna Taylor. It investigated the Minneapolis Police Department after the killing of George Floyd. In the past decade, the Civil Rights Division of the Justice Department issued scathing reports, sometimes entering into consent decrees with police departments like Los Angeles, the Phoenix Police Department, the New York Police Department, recently Baltimore, Worcester, Massachusetts, Oklahoma City, and of course, Ferguson, Missouri. The Civil Rights Division of our Justice Department has repeatedly accused many of these police departments of using excessive force, unjustifiable, deadly force.
Oh, so they... Hey, bro, now look. They ordering the Civil Rights Division a temporary pause all cases. The report says this is back on the 23rd.
Unlawfully detaining homeless, discriminating against Black, Hispanic, and Native American people. The Civil Rights Division of our Justice Department has accused our local police of violating the rights of people exercising their First Amendment protections. The Civil Rights Division of the Justice Department has accused local police forces of discriminating against people with behavioral health disabilities. It is the Civil Rights Division of the Justice Department that tries to keep the cops from being fascist. Donald Trump, according to the Washington Post, has ordered a freeze on all civil rights enforcement inside our Justice Department. This is unprecedented. Damon Hewitt, president and executive director of the Lawyers Committee for Civil Rights Under Law, tells the Washington Post this morning, quote, "It's beyond unusual. We've never seen this before at this scale with any transfer of power, regardless of the ideology of any incoming president or administration." He went on to say this should make Americans both angry and deeply worried. This is more than just a changing course of philosophy. He said this is exactly what most people in the civil rights community feared.
Yeah, Donald Trump basically said, "Fuck you niggas." That's what he said.
A Justice Department that was created to protect civil rights, literally abdicating its duty and responsibility to protect Americans from all forms of discrimination.
Hey, the cops fuck you up, they looking the other way.
Unquote. We're getting
Shit. Even,
Trump
Natives,
admin
yeah.
questions Native Americans' birthright citizenship in court. And I read the article. This is not clickbait. This is very real. As some of you may or may not know, Trump is trying to attack birthright citizenship, specifically targeting immigrant families. And they're trying to get this through by referring back to a Civil Rights Act of 1866, using the quote, "all persons born in the United States and not subject to any foreign power, excluding Indians not taxed." Yeah, that's the quote that they picked out. And here from the Trump administration, this quote is basically saying, hey, this law thinks that Native Americans aren't citizens. So children of undocumented people, shouldn't be citizens either. That is the quote. That is what this quote is saying.
Mm-hmm.
Trump ad.
Hey, let that sink in. Even this.
Hi. Okay, I'm not going to make this very
Freedom
complicated.
days.
This is the MLK page on whitehouse.gov prior to the executive order signing. Now watch this.
Not all protecting women from radical gender ideologies.
Mr. President, going back to the World Health Organization, you were the president during COVID. Don't you see the importance of organization like that to coordinate a global response?
Sure, I do, but not when you're being ripped off like we are by the World Health. World Health ripped us off. Everybody rips off the United States, and that's it. It's not going to happen anymore. Thank you very much, everybody.
All right, guys, let's go. One last one, sir. This is your Martin Luther King proclamation. Thank you, sir. Thank you, President.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Let's go. Thanks, President. Thank you, guys. Martin, this is Martin. Let's go, guys.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Yeah.
Is this on? Recording?
Don't do it. Let's go. Yeah, we'll come back. We'll come back.
Okay, did you catch that? He repeatedly said what that signing was. He said MLK multiple times. Did you hear it? Did you catch it? Now, this is the MLK page on whitehouse.gov as of today.
Fall full. Cage not found.
So, you don't have to be Sherlock Holmes, man, to know what's going on here. Fuck. Okay, I don't know if this is breaking news or whatever. I'm just not hearing anyone else talk about it. One can only conclude that the non-signing of that last document, that clearly it was the MLK proclamation page that the assistant handed him. He repeatedly said what it was and what it represents. Trump purposefully not signing it clearly had some sort of impact on the government's website, on the page specifically having been taken down. God damn, bro. I mean, did people get paid their holiday pay considering that it wasn't signed or renewed at that point? I don't know. It's just one more fucking reason to motherfuckers. You did this, you petty, hateful, spiteful, evil motherfuckers. You're a bunch of sad fucks, and I hope you get everything you deserve in life. I really do. You're a bunch of pathetic, racist pieces of shit. I hate motherfuckers.
Hey. Hey. You get the picture, man. Shit, bro, even this.
I am at a loss for words. Just was on the subway, just minding my own business, and some white guy just comes up to me and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing here, you foreigner? This is the world we want to live in? This is the world we want to live in." I was just listening to my headphones, just minding my own business, and it got so bad I had to leave the train. You know, it's... I didn't respond back. I was the bigger person, and I just... United States, this is what we're doing. I'm a fucking foreigner. Jesus Christ. We're better than this. We have to be better than this. I am at a loss for...
I'm even gonna get this.
It doesn't start with them kidnapping.
It does not start with our exile.
They don't stuff the ballot boxes.
It starts with the government
Basically, Jacob's Trouble's about to begin. I'm gonna play this.
making hits
It starts with overcomplicated red tape,
with the law.
With retribution.
fake narratives, and financial attacks.
Democracy and rule of law is more fragile than Americans think.
Russia was banning writers.
Which, take this with a grain of salt because the NYT obviously doesn't like Russia, but I'm gonna continue.
But I was thinking, like, I'm not writing books Then it was banning teachers. And I thought, okay, I'm not a teacher. This is the big mistake. Because of course it came to me. The first alarm that we should have noticed was in 2001 when NTV, the independent channel, was taken over.
Staff arriving for work were told their offices and studios were off limits unless they signed an oath of loyalty to NTV's new managers.
I remember how frustrated and angry we were, and we even went to the protest rally. But then it was cold, and we had so many other independent TV channels, so we just went home and forgot about that.
My uncle, who until recently was Prime Minister of Singapore, had this pattern of using police investigations and criminal prosecutions to dispose of or exile his opponents. There have been malicious prosecutions against 2 leaders of different opposition parties.
The Sandinista dictatorship in Nicaragua.
And my pauses. But you know, DJ T say those not even like, you know, DJ T say I'll be a dictator on day one. Bro, he said it. He said it. But I'm this pro-Western, but there's points in here that you can get, you know. Take the bones out.
Nicaragua sees nonprofits as a threat, including mine. We are focused on pro-democracy work, and that was unacceptable to the dictatorship.
In Hungary, the elimination of gender studies was the first step towards the restriction of academic freedom.
When it would be too obvious to prosecute someone for being an enemy of the state, you have to make something else up.
They came after us with the excuse that we had not submitted our financial reports. They didn't give us an opportunity to appeal.
I posted a private Facebook comment to my friends only, and the Singapore government went after me with a criminal prosecution.
Attorney General's Chambers has asked the High Court to find
anti-ism speech. They gonna label it as that, man. Go after your ass.
Lee Sheng-wu at least $15,000.
The steps were gradual, and every one of them was unbelievable for me. Looking back, it had been obvious that the government had been going in this direction. The little speech here and the half a sentence there.
We have to revitalize our churches, our...
But it's talking about leaders of countries that the U.S. don't like, but hey.
families, our universities.
I always thought, no way, they cannot cross that line, until 2020, when the Hungarian government forced my university to leave the country. Vladimir Putin, he always has the legal steps first.
Russian President Vladimir Putin has signed 2.
Let's talk about what not Jews doing too in the so-called state of Israel. But they won't, but I'm gonna keep going.
Controversial security bills into law.
And then he does what he wants.
Would designate certain journalists and bloggers as foreign agents.
He was testing the society. Would it be okay for them if I shut down just one channel and then maybe one radio station, one newspaper, one magazine?
Our nonprofit was one of the first to be canceled by the Ortega regime. Right now, we're up to over 3,500 nonprofits.
My television channel was declared a foreign agent. I was declared a foreign agent. I am blacklisted as an academic in Hungary. I could never get a job.
The regime was saying that I was a financier of terrorism. It would be best if I left the country immediately.
They gonna start saying motherfuckers here.
And I fled the country as soon as I could.
Russia blocked its last independent TV channel, TV Rain. Those staffers remaining in the studio gathered for a farewell at the end.
We left Russia.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
If you're used to living in a democratic society, you don't expect that a government could just go ahead and close a university.
I will fire the radical left accreditors that have allowed our colleges to become dominated by Marxist maniacs and lunatics.
Right now, there is no independent media outlets in Russia. No freedom of speech.
ABC, they're the most dishonest, in my opinion, the most dishonest news organization.
My uncle had taken his own personal lawyer and made that lawyer Attorney General.
President-elect Trump's new pick for Attorney General, Pam Bondi.
She was also on Trump's legal team during his first impeachment trial.
I call my Attorney General, I say, listen, indict him. Well, he hasn't done anything wrong that we know of. I don't know. Indict him on income tax evasion. You'll figure it out.
I wish that I would have paid more attention to those flashes of authoritarianism. We ignored it because the economy was going really, really well.
I should have known. I'm a sociologist, and I blame myself.
You want to think it's not happening because otherwise you might have to do something.
Take your finances out of the country. Try not to have a physical office space. They will seize all of your assets.
It is better to fight.
Every person unlawfully jailed, unlawfully harmed is your business.
It is better to refuse rather than to give in and hope that somebody else will be the check and balance for you.
Yep. I'm gonna get that, Isaiah 19. It's straight out. This is Egypt all over again. Understand that? I'll read on. It's all according to prophecy. This place is being judged. Isaiah 19:1, the burden of Egypt. This is spiritual Sodom and Egypt, so it applies here. Behold, the Most High Power Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And that's been happening with idols of this place, man. These, these Edomite devils that everyone love, they statues and shit being taken down. I just found out that that's part of that, man, as well as, basically, that's one aspect of it, basically. As their idols in this place, man. Also, the people that's looked up to, in this place, idols as well as literal idols, man. Shall removed at his presence, in the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. Verse 2, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. What's been going on? That, that's been a process that's been going on. It's going to end up like this. They shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. Civil war, man. The people aren't going to rise up. Verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. Spirit of Egypt, that patriotic ass spirit, man, because of what's going on. Verse 4, and the Egyptians will give over into the hand of a cruel lord, and the fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Most High Power Yahweh. Yahweh of hosts, which means armies. So that cruel lord very well be, VJC, aka Nero. He could very well be that cruel lord. One fulfillment of that. Cruel lord. The other fulfillment is Yahweh Shai judging this place. But yeah. So, hey, Jacob's trouble, man. It's at the door. You tribes, you need to get right, which today, all you so-called black folks, Latinos and Native Americans mainly, but also scattered among the other nations, many who looking like them. But it's mainly you so-called black folks, Latinos and Native Americans. Y'all gotta get right, man. What the fuck? What is this shit? But anyways, yeah, I hope this video is edifying. Shalom, stay strong. Elect to the elect out there, Shalom, stay strong. We almost out of here. Endurance to the end. The same shall be saved. Shalom. Stay strong. Hey, Baba Ball, which that mean in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, that's Babylon. Abad Azamani, you know, hey, that mean in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, you know, that to these Edomites, you know. Abad and the Lord's gonna bring it, for the record. Abad Gawai, you know, that to these other nations. The Lord's gonna bring it. Hey, about love, you know, that to these, that to our enemies, the Lord's gonna bring it. You know, for the fucking record, so. But anyways, Shalom, stay strong, bye. Shalom. Peace unto y'all. Stay strong. You know. Almost out of here, as you can see.